Let's talk about Medbay Micro, and here you see we have 4 crew who are very badly hurt. Maybe we need to heal them in a hurry, but we only have a 2-tile Medbay. What we can do here is put 2 of them in the Medbay, and then walk the other 2 through the room by sending them into a room that is on the other side. And then we just do this. They're all healing at the same time. And you could do this with 8 crew in this case. You can get all 8 in the Medbay if you wanted to. And that's all there is to the basic trick there. Okay, here's what I really wanted to look at in this video. Stealth B. Stealth B has the worst Medbay in the game because not only is it a 2-tile Medbay, it's also a dead end. So there's no room that I can click on the other side of the Medbay to make this crew here walk through. So what if you wanted to heal all 3 of these crew at the same time? How could you do it? It's fairly simple. We're just going to take the furthest crew over here and swap them with this crew outside, like so. And now they're both in the Medbay at the same time, so we have all 3 in there, and we just keep doing that. Oops, I let them out a bit, but you get the idea. Now, we can actually improve this, make it a bit easier to micro, by first swapping these 2 here. So they're going to move into the doorway together, like so. And then we're going to swap the one that is leaving the room, who is that? Kapalka, with the one in the corner. So they come out, they go in, and you'll see that we've made more space between these 2 crew that are moving, and that just makes the micro a lot easier. Now, what if you have 4 crew that you need to heal in the Medbay at the same time? This kind of looks like it's impossible, but it's actually not. And we're going to use the same trick that I just showed you to start off with, which is that we're going to swap these 2 crew first. And the reason for doing that is that it will free up this tile right here and allow this crew to move onto it. So we move them out, them in, and then we're also going to move this crew out the room and back in, and now they're heading to that tile. So we arrive at this position where we have 2 crew here that look like they're standing on top of each other. Now we want to swap the far Medbay crew with the crew that is moving. Who's that? That one. And we wait until they're just in the middle, like so. So this one is halfway between the 2 tiles, this one is in the doorway. Now we swap these other 2 crew. And we're looking for the point where they overlap as closely as possible, which is about now, I think. Okay, now we've created a situation where we have a half tile of gap between 2 crew and the other 2 crew, and we can use that as our space to micro in. So we send everyone out the room, and we select the 2 at the bottom and send them back in. And the start of this is actually the most fiddly. I'm just going to try to get these clumped up together a bit more closely. I want them on top of each other, that will make things easier. Okay. That should work now. Send everyone out, select the bottom 2, send them back in. Send everyone out, select the bottom 2, send them back in, and you can just keep doing this. Okay, let's just prove a point. I'm going to empty my ship of oxygen, and I'll speed up the video and show that they're not losing health. Oh, by the way, you can even save positions in this spot where you've got everyone going out the room, that might help a bit. You just press enter for that one instead of selecting them. Alright, we've now reached no oxygen in the medbay and the room outside it. What I'm going to do now is a level 2 cloak, just as a timer. Okay, so you can see that I made a slight mistake. I got overconfident and they just poked their noses out of the room for a tiny fraction of a second and they lost 1 health. But yeah, we stayed inside the medbay for 10 seconds and only lost 1 health through a slight misplay. That just proves how it works, and you see as soon as they go out, their health is dropping very rapidly. And that's all there is to it. Hopefully you never need to do something that tedious in a real game, but in case you do, that's how it's done.